Okay, so I just saw Eve Bennett tweet this idea, but I actually had this idea a few days ago and I'm still going to do it. I'm not copying her, but I basically want to track my exams, how they went, how I felt before, etc. So it's Sunday night. I have an exam tomorrow at 2. It's Maths 101 and 102, and have done all the past papers, and I'm now, there's like not a lot, there's 7 for each module, but there are end of module tests which I haven't done because I did them for the end of module test, but I think tomorrow morning I'm going to go through them. I'm literally just going to read through the notes and write down any like formulas or anything that I need to remember, and like anything I've been struggling to do if I find the method in here. So that's my plan. I'm in my pyjamas, I'm so ready for bed. It's like 8 o'clock now, but I am hopefully going to get an early night, get up early today. I mean, get up early tomorrow. I'm not feeling too great, so let's talk about coursework results, because obviously at uni your coursework counts. So in Math 101 for my coursework, which is 50%, I got 62%. So okay, so I can't bother to do the math. It's not good. I should basically be able to pass this module. And for 102 my coursework is 71%, which is 50%, and obviously that seems low compared to A levels, but 70% is a first and is a good grade, so like they're actually pretty good results. Yeah, I'm feeling a bit about the exam. I don't think I'm gonna fail, which is a good thing, but there's a lot of stuff I can't do, but a decent amount, I'd say 50% of the paper I should be able to do comfortably. Whether I can do more, I don't think I understood maths enough. But yeah, I have not been good for revising maths because I just hate it so much and I just don't want to revise it. Anyway, I will probably talk to you after the exam if I don't talk to you again tomorrow, right before the exam. Hopefully I remember to do this, otherwise no one will be seeing this footage, but yeah. Okay, hopefully I look a bit better. It is 11 o'clock on Monday. My exam is in 3 hours, but realistically in about 2 I'm gonna leave, well, a bit longer than that, but we need to get to the exams 20 minutes early. I've been like picking up my nail polish because I'm feeling a bit nervous. In these holidays I wrote like these questions and then answers for sort of, there's actually quite a lot of stuff you need to just memorise and remember in university maths, or at least here, compared to A level. A lot of like proofs and things like that, and it's actually my exam on Friday that has all the really bad proofs and like constructing proofs, not even memorising proofs. It's awful. But yeah, see, the thing with these 2 modules is they've got enough sort of C4, C3 maths in it that I think I'll be okay, but I don't think it's going to go well because some of the questions I find really hard, and if they have anything that isn't like what's been in the papers every year, I'm going to really struggle because I don't understand anything. Like a lot of it I've just learnt methods because the questions come up every year. So I've just done a bit of 101, which is the first. 101 and 102 are very similar. Like 102 just has more integration in it, but they could have been one module because they all just go together. It's just calculus. But I'm going to go through my 102 questions. So there's like 52. I'm just reading it and then looking at the answers, and if I don't know it, I'm writing it down and trying to memorise it, basically, because like there's some substitutions I need to memorise. I'm just feeling nervous. I always feel quite nervous before exams, but I will be relieved when this one is done. The first one is always like the hardest because it's like the stress of all your exams and you just feel like so overwhelmed. One thing I would say is that other than one exam I have like 2 weeks after, all my exams are in 1 week and they're over pretty quickly, but it does mean obviously I have quite a small amount of time. So like my next exam will be less than 24 hours before this one finishes, and then I don't have one on Wednesday, and then I've got one on Thursday, and then one on Friday, and then one on Saturday. Yes, Saturday. I don't know what to say. I'm just starting to feel a bit stressed. And when I think about it, I'm like, I think it'll be fine. I don't think I'm gonna fail it, but I think it's just like sitting in there for 2 hours. And like when I did my maths A level, there were literally like no questions in any of the papers that I couldn't at least attempt, whereas it's very likely that there will be like a question that's 12 marks that I just won't be able to do any of it, because these questions are a lot longer often than A-level questions, which can be a lot more broken down. Like there was a question that's 38 marks that I saw in a paper yesterday. Just not looking good, but at the same time they're a lot less creative with the questions and they tend to be very similar every single time, so I'm just gonna try my best. It's interesting because at A-level I always felt like the exam boards, all they were trying to do is catch us out and help us to lose marks. Like they were trying to take marks away from us by giving us hard questions, whereas it's the opposite at uni. Like just the fact that the questions are worth, so there's about 5 questions, but there can be less, and it's 100 marks in an hour, which I think I'll be fine with, but unless the paper's really hard, but I think I'll be fine with it. But a lot of people I know obviously will find that really hard, but also they just give you so many marks for so many things, and I just find it interesting that A-levels and GCSEs have changed and they're so far from university like life. Like the fact that they took away coursework is just like, what the hell? In what university course do you have no coursework? Maybe there are, but I know there's courses and modules where you don't have exams, but not ones where you don't have coursework, so I just find that really strange. But anyway, I'm just distracting myself. Okay, it's Tuesday, so I didn't manage to film after my maths exam, but it was exactly as I expected. That's the best way to say it. So it wasn't harder, it wasn't easier. So hopefully, I think I should have secured about 50%. Hopefully, obviously aiming for a bit more. I tried really hard. I got some things that I hadn't managed to get so far, so that was lucky. It was fine. I used the whole 2 hours, which, if you know me, you know that I'm really quick in exams, so it goes to show I was trying a lot. There was only like 1 or 2 questions that I just like completely didn't do because I had completely no idea. But other than that, it was absolutely fine. I just had my Spanish oral. That was okay. I answered one of the questions in English for some reason instead of Spanish. Yeah, it was fine. I remembered my like piece, and then the questions, like I couldn't say a lot, like I couldn't really elaborate, but I understood all the questions, which is obviously really, really good. So now I'm gonna revise for my exam that I have on Thursday, and yeah, I've got a whole day tomorrow. I'm gonna revise my Thursday and Thursday and Friday exams, which leaves only Friday for me to revise for my Saturday exam, which is very, very stressful. But we shall see. I have been sleeping so badly. Like, it's really not like me. I usually sleep like 10 hours. I have like an eye mask, I've got earplugs, everything, so I can get like the best sleep, but like 2 days in a row I just haven't been able to sleep, and when I wake up, like I'm not able to sleep, and it's just I'm just really stressed out. Clearly the worst one is probably Friday's exam, but there's nothing that I can do about that right now. Yep, so I'll speak to you guys a bit later. It is Wednesday, my dudes. I don't have an exam today. Tomorrow I have an exam at 2. It's a half-an-hour exam because it's like 5 modules all in one, and I've already done one of the modules, so you can hear fire alarms going off maybe, I don't know. So I've already done one of the 5 modules, so I'm only there for half an hour. We actually had our end of module test for this module like 2 weeks ago, but I have forgotten everything that I learnt for that exam, which I thought actually went well. Still haven't got results, but you know, I'm trying to cram it. But I'm really stressed about Friday and Saturday's exams. So Saturday is probably my biggest exam. Well, yeah, it's probably one of my biggest exams. It's my longest, it's like 3 hours. I'm just shitting it because it's going to be so hard. I can just tell. So I'm going to try and do a bit of revision for that Friday exam today and Saturday's exam today as well. Basically, for the Saturday exam, like one of my good friends is got the same exam, and so every day we've been doing half of a module, and we're on like the last half of the 4th module, and then the last module we just had an exam on, so we shouldn't need to split that in 2 days. Hopefully you can do that in 1. That's the plan anyway, but obviously we've got other exams, so. And then Friday's exam, I'm just gonna pray. I actually don't know, like I don't know if I need to like pass overall, or if I fail one of the modules, if I need to resit. I'm not sure. Hopefully, especially because I'm not doing maths next year, hopefully if I fail one of the modules, which is looking likely, then it will be fine if I like pass overall, but we shall see. It is Thursday. My exam is in just under 2 hours. I feel okay for it because it's only a half an hour exam, because I'm only doing 1 module. But Friday and Saturday I'm so stressed, like I actually don't know, because the Saturday is like today's exam but 5 modules instead of 1, and it's not looking good. I have to learn life cycles of all these different fungi, of malaria, of the plague, HIV, flu, the menstrual cycle, organogenesis, and much more, and I just don't know it, and I don't know what to do. And then like I've gone over it, but it's so hard. It's just so much to learn, so I don't know. And then I've got a really bad maths exam tomorrow. Like one of them is the module I failed, so I need to get at least 41% to pass the module. Like I got 39% in my coursework so far, and that's 50% of the module. But yeah. And then the second paper in the maths exam, like I feel like it could go well because it's not too bad, it's statistics, but like it's a lot of stuff to memorize. Maybe it's not a lot, maybe I'm just saying that, maybe I'll be able to do it, but it feels like a lot of method memorization. I haven't memorized it, and the whole module was a bit messed up because like she wasn't there and the strikes and stuff. But anyway, this is extremely stressful. But yeah, for this exam I'm feeling okay. Okay, so it didn't go as well as I hoped it would, but it was fine. Yeah, I didn't really have a lot to say. Like I said, it was a really short exam. Yeah, I don't know how I did. There were some tricky questions that were a bit kind of like, you just overthink it too much, and just. I have my awful maths exam tomorrow, and part of me is like, oh, once I do it, that's it, no more maths. But then I also have to pass. I don't think I'm gonna pass 103 and probably not 104. This is the really bad one tomorrow. But I don't know what I can do. Nothing. Revise. I'm trying. I feel like I need to be quiet because it's been really quiet in my flat today, but I got up at 7 today to revise for my exam. It's 11 now, so my exam's in 3 hours, but obviously you gotta leave a bit earlier. I need to eat, etc. I am so nervous. Basically, it's 2 modules. 104 I think is going to be okay. It's statistics. It's not too hard. I just need to try and memorize the methods. Like, I think it could actually be okay. 103 I don't think I'm going to pass. I'm not sure if I need to pass overall or pass every module. So yeah, we'll see. I am so stressed. I actually don't know what to do. Like, I can't wait for this to be over, but like straight after this I need to revise my exam tomorrow morning. These are the worst 2 exams for sure. The next 2. Hey, it's around nearly 8 o'clock now. The 103 exam didn't go as bad as it could have. There was a question on continuous distribution, and I remembered a lot of it from A level. Well, I remembered it, but I still couldn't answer a lot of the questions. The last question especially. And 104 like had a long question that was just like all this text and it was no actual maths. But a question and then part of a question I feel like was fine. I'm so stressed about my exam tomorrow. I can't wait for it to be over because then I'll feel like I've got a breather for Spanish like over a week. Honestly, I'm so stressed. I don't remember being this stressed and not prepared for a while. I'm so stressed and I feel like I'm getting ill, which is great. But yeah. Sorry about the not great lighting. Can't bother to get out. I'm sat on my bed. Anyway, I just had my biology exam. It was okay. Basically, there were some questions where I was like, I've never heard of that before. No idea what that is. But there were some that like I specifically like revised, and then that knowledge came up. Like I'd specifically seen before in like the few past questions that we have. All in all, it's okay. I've got like 10 days until my next exam, which I'm going to spend a lot of it revising because I haven't revised for the last exam yet. But at the same time, I'm just so glad because all the really bad ones are done. Maths is done. Biology is done. Exciting. So yeah. I don't really have much more to say on that, but I feeling quite good. It wasn't awful and that sort of left me on a positive note. Hola! It is Monday the 18th of June and it's about 11:30. I have my Spanish exam at 2. It's my last exam, although I feel like I already finished my exams after the biology one that I had, which is only last summer, which is over a week ago. Yeah, so I've just been sort of revising Spanish. I am feeling super stressed. The context part I'm really not looking forward to. The bit about like the history of Latin America. Basically we did Spain and Latin America, but you get 2 questions on each and you have to answer one. So I didn't revise Spain at all, I just revised Latin America, which obviously is narrowing my options, but I didn't have time to revise everything. I don't think anyone would have revised both. The grammar bit I'm feeling okay with. I've done quite a bit of practice, like translating sentences, finding mistakes, putting things in tenses, things like that. But I am not looking forward to the composition, where we're basically writing a paragraph about something. Yeah, I'm not too great at things like that. I actually don't know what I'm going to do. It's going to be such a mess of an exam. It's all in one exam. It's 2.5 hours. But I'm looking forward to getting it done. And then I'm moving out tomorrow. And then I'm coming back for extras. I'm also going to be at some of the open days. So let me know if any of you are coming to any of the Lancaster Uni open days. But yeah, I'll update you after the exam, I guess. For my last part of this video. Hey everyone, I am now back home. It's Thursday and I just haven't had the time to come and speak about my last exam. But essentially it was okay. The compositions were all pretty decent, like the choices we had. I did like some dialogue of a friend giving advice to another friend. The context essay at the end was fine. There was one about Che Guevara, which is basically what I was hoping for because I feel like I know the most about him. And the other option was good as well. It was about, well, it was quite good. It was about gender equality in Latin America, so that was quite a good one. Translations were okay. I mean, there were definitely some hard bits and some bits I didn't know and some bits I easily could have made mistakes on, but it was mostly fine. So I've finished my exams now. That's it. Yeah, I guess I will speak to you on results day, 12th of July. I will hopefully do a video. If I don't post a video soon, that went really bad. But you know me, I'm most likely to share it anyway. So yes, I should have a couple of videos coming before that, hopefully. But yeah, I'm actually going back to uni next week for extras. Maybe I'll talk about that if it's worth making a video on. But in the meantime, for now, I will see you later. Bye.